everybody, Elin here. Today I am going to talk about how I became a reader. And I do have a video up for how I read so much, but that video unfortunately is in Swedish. So if you understand Swedish, go ahead and watch that. If you don't, I might update that video sometime in the future, but not right now. Anyways, I'll link that down below if you're interested. And yeah, today I'm going to talk about how I became a reader. And I think it really started when I was like, I don't know, 7 or 8-ish. And I was sort of starting to read a little bit like longer books, not only like children's books. Well, it was still children's book, but not like this really short, more like a little bit thicker with like actual chapter books, you know. And my twin sister wasn't reading much at all, and my mother thought that she needed some motivation. So it ended up with, since we're twins, everything has to be shared equally. You know, it has been so for very many years. Anyway, so she decided that, well, since my sister needed motivation, that I also automatically needed it too, and got it. And what she did was, she said that if we read like chapter books, every time we finished a chapter book, we would get 20 Swedish crowns. And that's not a lot of money, but I mean, when you're like 7, 8-year-old, then it's quite a lot of money. And that really worked for me to start reading even more. And I think I was reading quite a lot for being at that young age. Nothing compared to what I read right now, but for then it was a lot. And it really worked for me because I was finishing books like all the time. I was just flying through them, and I got like, I don't want to say rich, but I mean by the 7-year-old standard, I was cash. And it didn't really work at all for my sister. She read like 2 books or something, and then she just, I'm not gonna do it anymore. So that what really piqued my interest even more to read, and I kept on doing so for a long time. And then when I started 3rd grade, in Sweden you start 3rd grade when you're like 9 years old, and we had this sort of competition on the school for like a month, I think it was, and everybody at school got like this challenge. And if we together at school read, I don't know how many I think they counted it in pages, I think. And when we had like this really long pipe in the cafeteria, or what do you want to call it in English, where every time the school combined read 1,000 pages, you got like this little white ball or whatever that was supposed to symbolize these 1,000 pages, and you put it in the pipe and you can like see how it grew and everything. And for each like 10,000 pages or something, they put in a red ball, so you're supposed to see red ball, you were supposed to see how it grows. And then when you came to a certain line, you were supposed to, like, the school was supposed to win something. And the funny thing is, I really remember this competition so well, but I can't remember for the life of me what the prize was. I have no idea. Maybe it was like getting dessert or something. It feels like it's something they would do. I don't know. Maybe it was dessert, like mud cake or something. Typical Swedish thing to do as an award. I don't know. Anyways, but I do really remember this competition, and I think we were like 22 pairs in our class or something. Me and my twin sister actually didn't go in the same class when we were in the 3rd grade for some reason. Anyways, and I remember reading like crazy every single day. And you got like this little paper with your home where you were supposed to write down how many pages you read each day and everything, and I think your parents were supposed to sign on it or something to prove that you actually did it. And I was flying through books and everything, and my sister like, she didn't care. Anyways, and I ended up, I think it was on 3rd place in my class. And yeah, it was really, really motivating, and I thought it was really fun, and I read so much. And I know that for a lot of people maybe it was sort of intimidating, like scary and too much pressure for, I mean it was for the entire school, so it up to grade 6, when in Swedish you are 12 years old when you go in 6th grade. And I think it was a lot of pressure for some kids because they didn't really seem to read like at all. You had like a on the wall radio where you got like a star for each like 200 pages read or something. And I think in one way, I mean, it was really showing off which kids actually cared and those who didn't, or maybe didn't read as fast. So, I mean, in one way, it was really bad, really. But for the ones that did like to read, it was really motivating and so much fun, at least according to me. Anyway, so those were two of the things that really got me to reading. And then a couple of months after this challenge, I discovered Harry Potter. And, well, and we're reading The Goblet of Fire right now, so I mean, that ought to tell you something. Anyways, and I discovered Harry Potter, and I was 9 years old, and I was flying through those books. I loved them so much. It definitely became my favorite series from like book one. I was crazy for those books. And I mean, I read them in Swedish the first time, of course, because, well, I was 9 and I knew like 3 words in English. And I really loved them, and I definitely think that that was what made me read even more at that young age. I don't really know how many books I was reading, but the Harry Potter, I didn't take me that many months to finish them, I think. I mean, some of them are really big, you know, so I read them in a couple of months, I think, and it definitely motivated me to pick up more books. And yeah, now I have read the Harry Potter books 20 plus times. I stopped counting at 20 because I have a life, or I like to pretend I have one. Anyways, I really love Harry Potter still, and it still motivates me to read so much every day, and I hold Harry Potter so dear to my heart. And yeah, and I mean, I started my book blog at 2015, and that was definitely a motivation as well. And at that time I was reading like 4 or 5 books a month, which for me now is really little, but at that time it was a lot for me, and it is a lot for a lot of people. I understand that, but at this point in my life right now, I have been reading like 14-15 books a month the last couple of months, and I would say like I usually read somewhere between 12 and 15 books a month, and this last month or two I've been reading 15, and I just, that in itself really motivated me, that I get to share my reviews on my blog, and I get to talk to you guys about what I've been reading for my wrap-ups and everything. And yeah, it definitely motivates me to read so much, and I think it's a real shame that people don't like reading as much. And I don't really know like anyone in my age that likes to read, and I just think that's just so sad. Anyways, but those were sort of the milestones in my life so far that really made me start love reading and motivate me to read more and like expand my views about what to read in general, really. And yeah, I do hope that you want to share your own stories with me maybe, and that you like watching this video. I mean, it was a little bit a lot of babble, I know that, but yeah. Anyways, I do hope that you will like this video if you liked it, but also to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos, because I update every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and you do not want to miss out on that, do you? Anyways, I do hope we see each other next time. Bye!